What's going on, Guardians? It's Dizzle here. So in this video, I'm soloing the Birthplace of the Vile on Titan. Before I get into the build, you can just see it here. It's just Consecration and Knockout. We need Knockout for the health back because of the Brawn modifier. And then, yeah, we've got Radiant, Faceted Protection, just the usual suspects. And then I finally got a VS Velocity Baton with Attrition Orbs, so that is massive. And then we're using Wendigo with Autoloading and Explosive Light, and Outbreak Perfected. So anyways, let me know if this video quality is better. I know some people were saying my first two videos this week were a little too light, and that is because I did have HDR on. The game looks incredible in HDR on my screen, but it doesn't record well in OBS. So I have HDR off. Let me know if that looks better. And then also let me know about the audio quality. Let me know if my voice is a little louder in this one, and if the game audio is at a good level, because I made a couple adjustments. So yeah, anyways, with that out of the way, I've been wanting to mess around with Cuirass. I use it in the dungeon a lot for boss damage, and it absolutely slaps, and you can easily get 2 supers in a boss phase with a team, and sometimes 3 when you're solo. So anyways, if you don't remember, they buffed Cuirass so that melee kills actually give super energy, so just watch my super there. Unfortunately, they didn't all group up for me, but had they, I would have got a ton of super energy. But even still, we're getting a decent amount of super, and like I said, I really wanted an Attrition Orbs Velocity Baton, because the utility that provides is crazy. Wow, this part was really horrible. I had one run where I died, and yeah, I pretty much melted these guys, where on this run, not even close. So you can see we're only a minute and a half in, and we do get our super, even though we weren't spamming a bunch of melees. But yeah, if you can get melee kills, you're going to get your super even more often. And the other thing is Outbreak does huge damage for a primary weapon, which also helps build up our super very quickly. So yeah, you want to be making supers as often as possible. That's why we also have VS Velocity Baton with Attrition Orbs. So here you can see we get a nice ignition proc, and we actually kill in 2 melees or consecration slams even without syntheseps. So very strong. And then we just T-crash that boss, and 2 minutes in we're on to the plate capture part. But yeah, Velocity Baton, it's so useful because making orbs is just, it's very beneficial, especially in this Nightfall because of that Brawn modifier. We can make orbs, and then I have recuperation on my boots. So if we're low on health, I also have Powerful Attraction on my class item. So we can just do a thruster, and that will pick up orbs and give us health back. And then, like I said, Knockout also gives us health back. So if we get low, we just do a melee kill, and we're good. Like, look at this Screeb. That thing hit me, like, dead on, and I took, like, maybe a fifth of damage. And then I just did a little thruster to pick up the orbs around me. Then we do a consecration slam to take out some more enemies. And just like that, we're done with that part. I'm not even going to bother with those enemies. We're just going to go to the next part. So yeah, nice big chunk of super energy there. And then, yeah, I hate how the raiders, their void projectiles will collide with weapons or even your shackle grenades. So unfortunately I wasn't able to shackle them, and I was hoping I could because I was wanting darkness transcendence energy, but we didn't get lucky there. So I do have void loader on as well, and rapid impacts from the artifact. That just helps us reload this, because you can see we're pretty much just spamming our GL. So in this run, so also, one sec. So right there, I wanted to stun that overload right away because he will put down immunity totems. The unstop is not a real big threat, but immunity totems are a huge pain in the ass. So that's why I just Cuirassed them. We have concussive reload, so we're able to get the debuff on them. And then T-Crash can just literally one-shot them. So it's very handy there. I proc Radiant, and then I start going in with my Outbreak, and you can see our super meter filling up fast, our darkness meter filling up fast. So yeah, this whole build was based around how can I get my super quite often, because your T-Crash super hits very, very hard. But yeah, in this run, that was like the first time I've ever run into ammo issues ever with these area denial GLs, because they're just super ammo efficient. But granted, I was spamming it like crazy. So you basically play this build the same as you do Consecration Titan with Syntheseps. It just doesn't hit as hard. But we get the bonus of... Actually, we don't even... I mean, we get a slightly better super, but if you were just running base Syntheseps, that buffs your super as well. But T-Crash with Cuirass always buffs it, where with Synthos you need to be surrounded by enemies. So here we just pop our Transcendence, and we just go in and start taking out everything. It's very, very good. There you can see how hard Consecration hits without Syntheseps. It wasn't quite enough to take that guy that was suspended out, that chieftain, but it still does really good damage. And I know in the boss room it's does plenty enough to take out the waves of ads, because I actually did this solo with Burning Maul Pyrogale gauntlets, and I only had 1 consecration, and now we get 3 consecrations. So I'm just skipping a bunch of these ads because with Brawn on, you can tank a lot of damage, and then if I do get low on health, I can just use attrition orbs from my GL to get recuperation if I need. And then here, I want to melt this chieftain really fast, just in case the Screebs push up on me, which one did there. And yeah, so that is where this Wendigo is awesome. And then again, I was talking about the utility of a VS Velocity Baton with attrition orbs. I have explosive light, so I pretty much always have max explosive light because of attrition orbs. It's incredible. So here, we're just going to stun, and we get really lucky because that other guy pushed up. So there you go. 1 T-Crash, 2 unstops. Or 2 unstops, 1 T-Crash. If you know, you know. But anyways, these fucking raiders with their immunity, their stupid void projectiles, I despise them. They're so annoying. But like I said, we took that wave out very, very quickly because Consecration can cause an ignition, and that is what stunned that guy. Now we're going to get a bunch of Darkness Transcendence energy with that Shackle Grenade. So that was really nice because we do want our Transcendence up if we can. So this is where the Stasis one, the Lost Signal, would have been better, because I would have Transcendence right now, because my whole build, I mean, Outbreak can make it for both sides, but basically my entire build outside of my grenade, and I guess my base melee, but I'm always using it as Consecration, so it converts to solar. So it's basically all light damage. So we do have to back off the plate. It just slows us down a bit, and this is still a 20-minute run, so not a huge deal. But ideally, I would have had Transcendence there, and then I could just be spamming my melees and killing everything. So here, again, you can see this is crazy how much we can tank, and I'm just making orbs to get my health back. So, big brain strats. I actually kind of like this modifier. And here is where you can see I'm like super low on the GL shots. So I would have just kept spamming it. But of all those enemies, none of them drop me special. So this modifier is cool in the sense that it forces you to basically build into health recovery, be it a healing grenade or devour, knockout, what have you. Which... it's sort of annoying because then you can't run whatever build you like, and I do like to use Birthplace of the Vile for getting footage for builds. So some just aren't going to be viable if they don't have healing. But on the flip side of it, it's a really nice modifier, because if you do build into healing with like Devour or Knockout, then it's actually just a buff to you. Like just a straight up buff, because you just have way more health and you can tank more stuff. And yeah, so it works really well with this build. So there we pop our Consecration, and then we pop Transcendence, and we just start spawn killing everything. So once we have Transcendence, you can see just how easy this is. Very, very easy. I wanted to save my super for probably the next guy, I'm thinking, the Unstop. So right there, like, I consecrate right on to 2 Screebs, and I just basically walk away. So I do want to kill these guys, and that's simply for ammo. I've never run out of ammo in these things, like I said. So I would have liked to do a debuff, but here shows the incredible strength of Cuirass with Arc Surge on. So we get the suspend, boom, everything dead. That is extremely valuable, being able to spawn kill champions like that, especially in Birthplace of the Vile, because the most threatening part of this GM is the boss room right at the start of every phase, because there's always a champion that you have to take down. The Scorn ones will make immunity totems and their overloads, so if they keep regenning, they become a massive problem. And the Unstop spawns with a second abomination, and if you don't kill them, you're also in big trouble, because they will just melt you. Maybe not with Brawn on, but in a regular GM, they fuck you up. So anyways, now we get a ton of special finally, and then we're just going to use it to stun this guy, and then we're just going to take him down with Outbreak. You could waste heavy ammo, but there's no point really. And it's a good way to show off Outbreak's big damage. So yeah, just look at my super meter just filling up. So we have hands-on and heavy-handed. So when we get consecration kills, we're making orbs. We make orbs with velocity baton. We have hands-on, like I said, so our melee kills are giving us more super energy. Cuirass melee kills give us more super energy. So yeah, we can get our super like crazy with this build. So you want to stun these guys quickly if you can. And then there again, I messed up. I should have went between them like I did on the unstops, and I would have got them both in one T crash. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah, I just put my super in the wrong spot there straight up. But had I put it in the right spot, I'd be done with this part already. But that's okay. So we're going to take him out. The nice thing with it is look at how much super I've built up, because I just kept doing damage over time with that GL. So that's another thing, those damage over time GLs, anything damage over time does really good super energy in this game. So this is super awesome. Just watch Transcendence. Transcendence, this is better than a super, just straight up, because I'm able to suspend the unstops if they push up on me. Now we have our super, but we want to save our super for boss room, because like I said, it's critical that we get those guys down, that we spawn kill them. But one Transcendence pop, and we're able to take out literally all the champions, all those mini bosses. This bridge part, with like a normal build that's not prismatic, takes a long time often, because you have to play safe. It's very narrow, and yeah, we did it that quickly. And now we have a super leading into boss room, which is really, really nice. But yeah, Transcendence there goes crazy, and then proccing knockout just over and over, and then Brawn again is actually helping us, and then our consecration's proccing knockout. So we get the weaken grenade on the boss, or weaken GL, and then he puts down that immunity totem, but because we use a super, again, that's why this becomes a big problem. If those immunity totems like would have immuned that champion and I couldn't kill it in time. And now look at the boss's health. We're almost through the next phase, and this is solo. So I'm going to use these ads to build up some Darkness Transcendence. That's why I use my Shackle there. And then here, I'm just putting in more damage on him. And I procced Radiant with that Consecration. And then, unfortunately, Autoloading Holster has been nerfed. So it wouldn't have been auto-loaded in time for me to get right into another rotation right away. And before the ads spawned in. So yeah, a bit of a time loss there. But again, this wasn't really a speed run. This was just kind of showing off the build. So I was just playing a little safe. So I went and killed that next set of ads. And again, that's going to give me super energy, taking out all those ads. And that's really nice, because we're going to need it for the unstops. So this part is a little unfortunate, because again, because of Brawn, we're not getting our health back here. But watch these orbs that I pick up. They give me some health, even though that guy was shooting me. And then I'm just going to be safe and take out these raiders. So we take them out. We're still a little low on health, so we're just going to hang back. And then here's what I want to do, is get a consecration kill on those raiders. So I did reach red health, but I knew I would get the kill with consecration. And then that gets our health back. And then we're just going to... So I could just push up and take on the that overload. But I want to kill all these Screebs in hopes of maybe getting some special or heavy ammo. And then also I don't have to like quickly kill this guy. And again, when it's just you mono a mono on one champion, you can just use your primary, and this is where Outbreak comes in really handy because it's an ammo saver for us. Obviously, I'm using special to like keep him stunned, but we can just use Outbreak to take him out, and that would have saved us ammo. I didn't do that there, but that is one really nice thing about Outbreak is it can do incredible damage. So we don't have any consecration melees, but that's okay. All we need is our shackle grenade, so we get the GL shots down, we shackle to suspend, and then that is going to stun unstoppables. And then we cast our super to take out both abominations in one super. Then we pop Transcendence. I probably popped it a little early. I shouldn't have popped it then. But yeah, you want to take out those wraiths really quickly. I don't know if that was a drain wraith, but if it was, those guys are dangerous. I should have procced Radiant before, and I'm missing a lot of my shots because this boss has just really annoying movement patterns. So that was unfortunate there, obviously. Ideally, I would have hit all my explosive light shots, and then we could have got to the next spot a little quicker. The explosive light GL is good for taking out his immunity totem, and now he's half health. So I'm going to pop my super, and that's not quite enough to push him. So what I should have done was taken out those ads first, and then pop my super, because, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I could have popped my super like I did and taken out the ads, but the aftershocks actually pushed the boss, because what I was going to do was take out those ads with my melee and then build up some super energy, because again, you need your super at the start of every phase. So here I'm trying to get lots of melee kills. Oh, these fucking raiders, man. There I wanted to build Darkness Transcendence, obviously. It wouldn't have been much, but it would have been something. But of course, they do that. But yeah, if I can get melee kills, then I'm going to build up super. And like I said, you want that for the start of the boss fight. So we're going to put attrition orbs on these guys to help give us super energy from the orbs. And we can use Outbreak, because like I said, it's a high damaging primary weapon, which just inherently gives lots of super energy. So we're just going to mow through everything with Outbreak and build up our Transcendence. I don't have Kinetic Siphon on, but that's okay. Or sorry, not our Transcendence, our Super Meter. We get some special, so at this point I know I'm good, and then I'm hoping one of these guys drops heavy. Again, it's just going to help us melt the boss quicker. It's not going to make our lives very much easier. It's just going to get the job done faster, which is always nice, right? The quicker you get it done, the quicker you get loot. So now we're 1v1ing a champion. So like I said, we can just go in with Outbreak. You always make sure to reload your Velocity Baton before stowing it. I do hate how they miss like that sometimes. My cursor was like right on him, and all the shots just went around him. But yeah, you can 2-cycle a champion very, very easily just with Velocity Baton and Outbreak. Like very easily. So we're going into the last phase with under 20 minutes, which again is pretty good. We're going to lay down our Overload GL, cast super. Unfortunately, they spawned in mid, so the boss didn't push down there. That's another thing that kind of hurt us, because when the boss does push to where the champion is, it's actually beneficial in this case, because we have Cuirass, so it's just going to do a shit ton of damage to him. But there you can see we're already up to a third of our super, because we had a really nice consecration on the ads. So we're just going to keep consecrating the ads to build super. So here, watch again, watch the super. Nice big chunk. And then yeah, you just keep doing that until you get your super, and then you can pop your super. If I had heavy, I would go in with heavy right after the consecration, because then I'm going to have Radiant from Facet of Dawn. But unfortunately, I was quite low on heavy. Here, I'm trying to build up more Transcendence again. And because we're spawn killing so many enemies, those immunity totems aren't even really a problem for us, which is really nice, because they're only immuning like one enemy. So here, I only have one consecration left. We're going to use it. We just get our super. Going to pop it on him. And then I'm just going to go in with my GL. I should have had it swapped already. And again, I can't proc Radiant this time. And because of the auto-loading nerf, it's not auto-loaded, but the VS Velocity Baton takes him out. So yeah, 20 minutes solo, and like I said, there was a few instances where we definitely could have sped things up. But yeah, let me know about the video quality down low. I do appreciate it, because I'm trying to work out all my settings. Because this is a new PC, so I kind of gotta, yeah, just kind of set everything back up. I had that other stuff set up for years and years, so I haven't done it in a while, so I've just been tweaking things. So yeah, let me know how you like it, and if you liked the video, leave it a like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.